I am a whiny cunt, and I make that clear by simply making my content, of which is almost entirely discussing on negative things, such as trending topics, bad content creators, and broader issues. Anyhow, I'm not a happy person if your only way to judge me comes from my content, since I focus only on stuff to complain about. And this has been YouTube for the past 2 years. A platform made for the simple purpose of entertainment, with the concept being basic and plain broadcast yourself, became a filled shithole completely dominated by the worst of content. And when it comes to ranting on such, everyone's ranting on shit without having the mental capability to address an issue without making their videos sound whiny and overall awful. All due to the simple mindset they have. They're not able to go in depth, they're not able to point out something really bad about something, and lastly, they're not able to make their rants entertaining. You know, the rants I've been seeing lately had proven to be somewhat significant. I'm happy to see some light shining in the end of the tunnel, but I'm still surrounded by pitch black darkness. Listen, as every piece of criticism or complaints about anything, in the end, it will always be a piece of entertainment, regardless of the true reasons to the video itself. A audience is going to watch it for entertainment purposes. So if your blind hatred for something or someone disvalued the entertainment behind your content, you'd then just be another shitty ranting channel with no quality on their videos. And since I'm talking about the creators of my size mostly, here's the areas I value mostly before going into ranting. I never simply look and think, yo shit, I find a rant on this. I do start up by just overlooking something, like a situation, then I start researching it before ultimately scripting the notes and links down for further reading, already scripting and foreseeing what I have on the video before even touching the record button. But overall, I don't simply think about it and decide to rant about it. It requires more than just that for me to even consider start working on a video. A concept is an important part of the video. It needs to make sense, be on something you really care about, negatively or positively, and ultimately something worthy working on. Big claims requires big evidence. To put it simply, don't make a point without evidence to support it. Regardless of what point you're trying to make, you need to make it very clear to the audience's mind. Let's use for example the famous Lion Maker case, of which testimonies, DM screenshots, even nude pictures of a minor, of which were published by the owner of Lion Maker's Twitter account, were just laying there as evidence. Enough evidence to, at the very least, prove his predatory taste towards young partners. And more will never be proven if such pieces of evidence didn't exist. It didn't prove much legally, as the man has yet to face any consequences apart from the online. That case, apart from having a lot of evidence released, was very unorganized, so a video would most likely be necessary. If you ever find yourself covering a topic of such size, it'd be hard to collect everything and put in line. That's what Colossal did on his video on Gnions, and that's how it should be done. Organized, clean and comprehensible. Easy for everyone to understand. Something you must keep in mind when scripting a video. Also, don't overdo minimal points. Keep them as just remarks or simply shortened portions for your video. Try to get your stuff organized clearly, even if it needs backtracking. And well, be careful on the way you word things. Every video uploaded to YouTube requires a certain amount of entertainment. At the very least, be watchable. A reasonable length to support the claims and evidence, a bit of visual appeal to keep the viewer awake, and a word tempo enough to keep their mind fresh throughout the whole video. Doesn't fucking matter if it's a CSGO surfing video in the background or whatever. At least show some different clips every now and then. No one wants nor will watch a rant video that's just generally boring. Of course, that counts to all types of content. But when it comes to rants, creators tend to disvalue the entertainment value of their videos just cause they're ranting on something or someone, or cause they're showing irrefutable evidence against someone. In some cases, that's excusable, since no one's watching a victim of nonsense for entertainment purposes. But most rant videos that come out to be boring had no much reason to be so. Hell, even if you need to extend a video to 1 hour of ranting, you can definitely make it entertaining. It's difficult and will require hours and days of dedication, but certainly possible.
Yo, this is funky. Hey, yo, what's up, fellas? Yeah, I'm alright.
Ultimately, nothing is perfect, and some well-constructed criticism is sure to help everyone. Rants are usually the best way to get a point across, even though it brings a hell of a storm on whatever's being ranted upon, if not worded properly or purposefully worded in a way that will generate hate. It remains to be the best way to pressure someone into becoming a better person. A few issues are present, like people misusing the word, or just blindly ranting on things and people who don't deserve it, but that's expected at this point. To close my video, rant carefully. Thanks for watching.
Show you how to play. Bring it back to my place, baby, get the shade.